y'all. Back at it again with the white vans. Forgive me, my sweet child. Daniel! With the home slice. Any other home slice? Home slice? Slice.
Hello. So it's Monday and we're back in the kitchen. I am currently making some ice cream, which you can probably see. I'm adding some vanilla extract, but I'm not sure what flavor to, oh, that was too much. I'm not sure what flavor I should make it because I'm not sure if I feel like chocolate ice cream or another flavor. So I'm trying to decide and Reagan's not helping, but that's okay. So we had school today and not a lot happened really since last night, but yeah. Okay. So I decided on flavor. I've got my ice cream all whipped up and I've decided I'm gonna make chocolate and almond. So I just cut up some almonds. I don't know if these will be too big, but I will. So I'm just gonna get like a tablespoon of cocoa powder and fold it through this. And then I'll show you what it looks like when I put it in the container. I didn't show you the ice cream and I'm sorry.
Is it on video?
Yeah, no, it's on portrait.
Put it on video.
Oh, okay. So I didn't film the ice cream, but I'm sure I'll show you another day when we eat it. Reagan's gonna go home. I'm gonna do some homework.
I do homework too. Rack wants me to take it. Why would you do that? Nice, Joseph. Okay, so I just did the giveaway video because I was going through my drawers, right? So I have this drawer, top this drawer, and it's full of stuff. And I went through them and I saw these iTunes cards. I'm like, holy camole, like, well, what am I gonna do with these? Like, I don't even use the iTunes cards. I used to play Clash of Clans, that was about it. I didn't spend that much money because it's a waste of money, it's just virtual stuff. But yeah, I had no clue. Times represent my school on the national, well, I don't know, National Youth Summit, I don't know. Let's see, here we go.
My name is Belinda and I'm an idiot. So.
Hello everybody, I just got home. Let's fix that. I just got home and I'd like to say that this summit was amazing. It was at St. Peter's, and it doesn't really matter to those who don't go to school. But those that did go to that summit, you guys are amazing and you really made it really easy for me to show my expressions. And it, you know, I also like to say, you know, that speech, this guy, I have his card right here, Hunter Johnson. He had an amazing speech, and he's a youth ambassador for Australia, and he also does a lot of stuff for kids. And his website link is fya.org.au, and he made an amazing speech. And I don't know, he just blew my mind. It's, you know, it started out, you know, my opinion on him. He's a well, clean-shaved man, you know, looked successful, you know, maybe played some sport. He started telling us a story that he played sport, this, that, whatever. I'm like, oh, here we go. We have another, you know, sports story, because, you know, I don't enjoy those talks because even though it's about sport, they try to make it engaging and use like expressions to make it related to football because that's what they live for. Something like that. But no, it was nothing like that. So, you know, he opened himself up and started talking about how he fell into depression after breaking his leg. And what it did for me is really engaged for me to, you know, really engaged me to talk about what I want to do. So he had 3 things to take that he said for us to take away from what he said. The first one being, don't wait for the time to come. Don't wait for the time to come to seize the opportunity. Don't wait for yourself to get to the lowest point to find out who you are as a person. Now that's, you know, don't wait for yourself, because what the point of the whole day was is to, instead of little cues and stuff to how to, you know, work as a leader, it's really trying to find out what we are as a leader, and they really focused on that. So we had 6 sessions, 3 of which were about yourself, you as a person. What goals are important to you? What are your signature characteristic traits? My number 1 is bravery, but I'll go on to that maybe in a later video or later today. Now, going back to Hunter, he said not to wait for the time to come, not to wait for you to get to the lowest point to seize the opportunity, to see yourself. You can do that much before, you know, that all you're doing is just wasting time. Now he also said, it's not about what you're passionate about. It's not about, you know, you could love football, you could love becoming a star, super, you know, huge. But it's actually not that. If you're willing to be successful in life and successful in what you want to do, it's about what you're really willing to struggle for, what you're willing to be going to the lowest point of low, lowest of low, to succeed and to push to find out what you want to do. Now, that could mean you leaving home, dropping everything to move to the city, to move to Melbourne, to go to a school in Melbourne to get a better chance in being a lawyer. Or it could mean leaving home, going to LA to get your feature film out that you've been dreaming about for years and years. But, you know, as Hunter said, it's easy to have a positive respect in life. It's easy to reflect and have a positive time on something. It's what really creates and breaks your dream and your passion about a particular thing is when it gets down, when it gets hard, when you have social and anxiety issues and you get depression. It's those elements and those things which will actually determine whether you're going to become successful in that thing. And once you get through over that deep, steep hill or trap, once you get past that, once you climb up into the light, you're going to become better and higher than what you once were before. Now that's something that really changed my attitude towards that summit, because, you know, I thought, as I said, I thought he was a person that's, you know, above everyone, thinking he's above everyone, but he's really down to earth. And that's crazy. That's crazy to think, like, you know, it's bad for me to have those stereotypes, but it's just, you know, he broke down my walls, everyone's walls. After he did that, he also made us do an activity and to explain what we're passionate about and what we're going to express. And this is really to get our walls down, to change the whole mood of the event. The final thing, and this is what the activity we did, the final thing is, in order to succeed in something, you have to be confident and comfortable with being vulnerable. Now, the greatest speeches ever made has been off the cusp, has been out of nowhere, non-scripted. That's what makes it so meaningful, like, you know, moving, is because you don't, the thing is, you can read a script, everything's the same, but if something is off the cusp and with actual passion, and I'm not saying those speeches, the scripted speeches aren't passionate, but those specific ones, I need to stop moving my hand in front of the camera because it keeps autofocusing, but those specific ones that, you know, are off the cusp are the biggest and most motivating ones, because you break down the wall. You break down the wall between you and them. It's not a hierarchy anymore. It's everyone's the same, everyone has a vulnerability. There's less people in life that have had the best experience, that haven't had any issues. There's more people in life right now, 2016, they've had any sort of depressive state. Not saying that they have depression, but there must be something. There has to be a low time for them. And there's more of that than there are perfect worlders. There's no perfect world. So, to the end of the ramble, I'd like to say that if you break that wall, if you're passionate about something, don't go off a script, don't script it. Break that wall, show your emotion, show your vulnerability, and that will make other people out there get up to the same level, feel connected spiritually with you. And this is not trying to be, I'm not trying to, you know, make it a spiritual speech or anything like that. I'm just trying to say like how it made me feel. On a spiritual sense, I felt connected because it just moved me, because he showed a passion. So yeah, and that's what I think is a great speech. End of rambling. Now, to recap, thank you very much to every single person that was there. Nice chat too. I assume you're watching this vlog, so thank you to all. I don't want to name names because there's so many people. I like to say thank you to Tom, just one, because you know he's like myself. He's an extrovert, and he stood up and told everyone that he writes poems. And that's something that's kind of, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, now he writes poems. But it's something that, you know, it's unheard of. You don't see a male guy write poems, you know, it was awesome, but you know, like he stood up and told everyone, which made me, you know, pushed me on to tell 120 people in that summit that I'd do vlogs, and I was going to pull out my camera and tell them. But I don't want to be that person, like the marketing, the network marketer, like is at a barbecue and says, like, you know, you don't want them around because anytime you're with them, all they're going to talk about is their business and how good their product is and whether you should buy it or not, you know. I don't want to do that. I don't want to have YouTube here connected to me as a person. I want it to be who I am, but I don't want it to be connected, and I don't want to be in your face about YouTube. Imagine that, having that in your face all the time. Disturbing. Now, that's probably the end of today because it's going for quite some time. Thank you. I'm just going to reiterate, thank you to Hamish and thank you to Alec for running the whole show. If you're watching this, thank you very much. And I also like to say thank you to everyone there. I had a pleasure, I had a ball, and I'd love to go next year if it's possible. See you later.